All right, so I'm going to take a moment. Let's look at this problem here. It says consider negative x squared is less than or equal to x squared times sine over 1 over x is less than or equal to x squared. And it says find the limit as x approaches 0 of x squared sine of 1 over x. Well, strategy 1, plug in this 0 and make sure you don't have any problems, and we do. We have, well, 0 can be here, but I cannot have 0 in the denominator, so I can't just simply plug the 0 in and evaluate for the limit. But I'm going to use a thing called the squeeze theorem, and the dead giveaway is this right here. If they're going to tell you something like a function on the left and a function on the right, and they're telling you that this is squeezed in between them, or it's bounded by them, it's squeezed in between them, or it's sandwiched in between them, if I can find the limit of this and the limit of this on the sides, if they're the same, then I know what the limit of this is because of the equal to part. So let's see if we can do that. So if I say the limit as x approaches 0, so I'm going to use the same number because we're going to try to sandwich it in between there, squeeze it down in between there, of my left side, negative x squared. Well, if I plug 0 in here, I'm going to get 0 for that limit. Easy enough. Now, I'm going to do the other side. The limit as x approaches 0 of x squared. Well, if I plug x and x squared in there, that's going to be 0 as well. So I can actually make a statement saying, since the limit as x approaches 0 of negative x squared equals the limit as x approaches 0 of x squared equals 0, and negative x squared is less than or equal to x squared, the sine of 1 over x, which is less than or equal to x squared. Then the limit as x approaches 0 of x squared sine of 1 over x equals 0 because of the squeeze theorem. Now that seems a bit overkill, because you could have just come up here and said, oh, it has to be 0 because these two are 0. But the problem is that you're preparing to take this AP test, and they're going to want to see on that AP test, if you have to use the squeeze theorem and you have to write it out, they're going to want to see the left side, they're going to want to see a right side, and they're going to want to see some sort of written out explanation on why that this limit is 0. So, and they're going to be looking for words like squeeze theorem. They're going to be looking for something along those lines, that these have to be the same. And you don't have to restate this, but it's good practice to restate it. It's not going to hurt you. And then they're going to look for something along the lines of the actual answer. So we're going to practice doing this with the squeeze theorem, where you're going to have to show left, you're going to have to show right, and write a complete sentence. This is going to be much more of something along the lines of a justify. So I had to show and explain. The explanation is in complete sentences. The show is the limits on these sides. So this is like a justify type question that you would see on the AP test. Hi, I'm Mr. Buzzard, and these videos are supplemental instruction for my students. If you found the video enjoyable, make sure you click the like button and click subscribe, as well as the bell for notifications to receive future videos on high school mathematics.